Porky Shawn Elementary worked on collaboration around literacy. We wondered, how will collaboration around literacy increase student success in literacy? At the beginning, we began PLC for the first time, and our 3 groups worked on different aspects of reading. At our school, we noticed that some children were able to decode text with little to no understanding of what they read. We also noticed that older children were not engaged during silent reading. In general, many intermediate students were struggling to read at grade level. We wondered about the connection between these observations and what we could do to help. One PLC group looked at story retell. Each teacher took a different approach to how to teach story retell. In the first class, the teacher read stories aloud, and then the students retold it with props. An adult typed up their story, and students drew pictures to match each part of the story, creating a class book. In a different class, the children were read a story and then asked to draw a picture about it, and the teacher scribed the story. After discussion about these 2 approaches, we realized there were benefits to both. We also realized that some children were not served. Another group worked on including Indigenous literacy content. They worked together to plan and teach a unit on reading and writing about spirit animals. Students made personal connections to spirit animals and their unique traits. While this collaboration between teachers helped generate ideas and new discussions, we did notice that there was another area of focus growing at our school. Our school has a resource room, and many of the students who spend time in the resource room were spending more time in their individual classrooms. A focus of inclusion was beginning to grow. With these 2 areas of insight, we wondered how we could simultaneously explore them in a meaningful way. Looking at our results in literacy, we did notice some improvements, but we also noticed the students who struggled the most continued to struggle, and the students who did very well continued to do very well. After looking at the results, our attention was again drawn to inclusion. How can we change our practice to better support all students? We decided to take a closer look at this. Why were some students continuing to fail? We have a few tools in our tool belt, but perhaps they're still not enough. If we were going to build a bookshelf and we had a variety of nails and screws, we might try the hammer to put in both screws and nails alike, but it's not very effective. Perhaps we need to be carefully selecting a best fit tool to match each screw or nail. Moving forward, in order to know what tools we need, we have to really know our kids. We're hoping to use COI time to help support teachers connecting to their students. This in turn will help teachers better address specific needs. But we also want to support our teachers. Here are some of our ideas. Having a class review every term with a school-based team. As you know, our classes change quite a bit over the year, and reviewing with the team could provide valuable insights and opportunities for collaboration. We would also like to see scheduled meetings with school-based team members and EAs that are directly involved in your class, an ongoing discussion about specific needs, and various tools that could be used. Another thought is to have teachers meet with students one-to-one, especially the students they find the most challenging. As we know, when we meet a child one-to-one, it's a very different experience than within the class. Building connection can be the first step in helping to support those students. Another idea is that our school has a resource room, and many of those students spend time in there and then come to their class. We'd like to see the classroom teachers also spending time in the resource room and using COI time to do that, seeing their students in a different environment. These are some beginning ideas about what we would like to see in our COI for next year. Hoping to move towards more inclusion, literacy support, and collaboration.